Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Oh no, I know what happened. It was my memory got shut down, so.
I think Spirit did this deliberately to get me out of those vibes because I was living on the outside of my now moment. It serves as a reminder of how we choose to apply our energy. This is the deliberate discernment used in the real time seeding of manifestations. One big thing I learned was not to get hung up on perspective timelines, as for the most part, anything can happen. And more limitlessly speaking, as to how it can happen. Ruminating over its possibilities rather than reveling in them is what hinders the organic emergence. In effect, the magic is suffocated by fear or lack mindset. Spirit wanted to give me the opportunity for emergence through energy transference, so the outcome may transpire through other sources. This brings us back to our cover card, the star, the emergence of hope in possibilities. It's about the journey of discoveries and having faith in the possibilities as opposed to the probabilities.
Maybe that meant something, that after closing off that idea, that concept of shutting ourselves off to a certain timeline within our manifestations to cease something from happening, that we have that force. Maybe that was like a supportive coincidence, almost a message to be really emphasized. But the other side to it is within the divine forces, the divine realm, is that when they see that something is no good for you, because you're co-creating, right? If you're in a relationship, you're one half of that energy, right? And in generalization. So if that other energy is effing up, then they're effectively closing the doors to, they might have the intent to reconcile or whatever, but when it comes down to it, that maybe they've already served their purpose on your journey together, that the lessons are there for you to take hold of, to benefit from on both sides. But the manifestation of union is unlikely to happen. For one, it could be that Spirit has the ability to cease that from happening. Like, nope, that's no good for you. We have a better plan for you, okay? And just trust me on this one. It's way better, okay? You don't deserve this kind of treatment. And so Spirit essentially locks the door on them. You know, that door of opportunity. There are other opportunities for them, but, you know, as far as it coming to you, we're going to lock that door. It's for your own good, Tina. And it's for their own good, too, because they have other lessons that they need to learn, because they cannot continue this BS, right? Now, I'm telling you this because it has come up in more than one of my reads. And it's just sad, because I'm thinking about this kind of like lost, suspended soul that isn't going to be able to ground herself into this world. And it's not absolute, okay? Like I said, it's just kind of really, really sad, right? So that's not exactly where I thought it was going to go, but what are you going to do, right? Oh, sorry. I'm close to the steering wheel. So the book broke, the spine broke, which tells me a lot. There's a very big message in there. And, you know, a lot of the messages that I got recently was about release. The calling to be able to release. What is this? 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. I just cut the deck. And then, like, right here, also there's another thing. Oh, the Devil. Yeah. What's in between it? Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's a rebel without a clue. Oh my gosh, do you see this? He's so vain. He's so into himself. You see, this is not just a switchblade. This is his bad boy quality, is his ego, because it's a comb. It's to pet his ego. Do you see that? Do you see how the Emperor is disassembled within this Devil energy? Okay, so there's the true Emperor, and then this is disassembling it. Yeah, he has a lot to learn.
He's impulsive, overbearing, stubborn. Given he's carrying this energy between the Ten of Pentacles and the Devil, in reversal, he's likely to gamble good opportunities away because of the lack of discipline. He engages in immediate gratification because it seems to be a shortcut remedy to appease his wants. In reality, these behaviors are just a mask to his needs, as acting out would imply. He is the active threshold between wealth and wants.
He rides in and out of your life, and his co-creative forces are invested in people that swoon over him. It says new rear suspension, clutch, front brake. Yeah, he's very into his vehicle, in his own movements, in his own ride, and his own flash. And there's blondes and brunettes, all kinds, like, for him within this bad boy energy. So let him be. Let him be. You've done your part, and you have your Ten of Pentacles. We've managed to kind of put away this dish after washing it. That's essentially what that is. And then upholding the larger plate, the serving plate. This is the serving dish. When we look at the serving dish, we're going back to this implication of the star energy. That this is true foundation, home. This is wealth. This is abundance. This is abundance that serves many. It's not just serving one. So there's 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the 11th pentacle is in the middle. You see that implication there? That you've never lost your Ace of Pentacles. You put away this dish, right? That you washed up, you cleaned up your space, and it's now elevated to this. It's larger than life. It's larger than you. You are like an ant right here, holding up the weight of that. And it's not holding it up really. It's not just suspended. It's like you're hanging that on the wall. Yeah. Okay. So there's a need to move on. Oh, I just saw here. Okay, the world. Sorry. Gosh, it was there. It was at the bottom of the deck. It's the world. The recipe card box, right? So it's knowing, like the divine knowing, that you've exercised your masterful skills in temperance, so much so that you're so organized and got it down on lock that you have a recipe box, that you don't have to memorize all of this, that you're kind of putting it on record for future generations, right? You see family recipes passed down from generation to generation. It's that old school effect, having a legacy. So don't worry about the broken spine, okay, in this. Use those loose cards, okay? Use them to your highest benefit. Repurpose them. Yeah, you can move on. It's almost like chapters to a book. You see the sectioning off? That's a closed door now. 7:47 on the clock. How interesting is that? I love it. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Now let's go ahead and move on to here. See if there's any reiteration. I have to omit a few cards here. Actually, a lot of cards. But I feel like we got the bulk of the information already. So we're going to omit a few cards here. Yeah, quite a bit, because I've been using this deck a lot lately. So that's okay. Spirit and our angels will give us what we need to see and hear. That's the one. Ace of Cups. We are filling our cups so much, like in its rightful fashion, despite all of the BS, that we've elevated ourselves into like this triad form, like it's a fountain now, that we can support other cups. It's actually 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 4 levels.
Ooh, so what Spirit did here for us was turn the Four of Cups energy into a 4-tiered Ace of Cups.
So it creates this waterfall effect. When you think of like 4 of Cups, it's the obviously bothered by your situation. Your hands are folded, like blocked off. But now you've elevated it into something great. There's 2 moons here. A sun opposing. Pisces. Yeah, there's a lot to it. How nice. I like it. Okay. I feel like that was enough. Let's go ahead and look at the bottom of the deck, which is the Page of Wands in reverse, starting something new. We're not starting anything just yet because we're still cleaning up our space. Very nice. He's on fire. But once he starts, he's on fire. Not just because he emerged from the fire, but he had a fire of his own, or her own. And there's wind beneath him, wind beneath his wings. Oh my gosh. Bette Midler. So anyway, the wind is going to help not really extinguish his flames, or her flames, but amplify them. Yeah, there's 2 solar energies opposing here, and then 2 moon here. Yeah. Yeah, you're carried by the divine within your truth. Yeah. This is an implication also of the World card because of the way the robe is situated. It's kind of like wrapped. Yeah. That's what it is. And this is a High Priestess vibe as well. Yeah. How wonderful is that? They're always delivering good stuff. I like that. Okay. I think that's it for today. 11:02 on the clock. Thank you very much for joining me. I know it's sad. I'm with you on this. But you know, that's a part of life. Like, and that's the whole thing about manifestation is don't put all your eggs of thought, your seeds of thought into one basket, okay? Kind of makes me want to cry, but I'm not going to do it. Like it's not like a conscious choice. Like sometimes when I cry it's like that. It's an outpour. 11:44 on the clock. It's more like it's not worth my tears. I'm moving on with spirit. Like I know better because spirit's teaching me better, that I'm worth more than this BS. And that's the whole reason why I kind of extinguished it within my timeline as far as a co-creative force, that I'm not going to deal with this BS. 5 of Wands, yeah. I'm not going to deal with that. It's not going to be a competitive force for me. While I have the perspective to clean with the 3 here, the 3 of Wands, waiting for ships to come in, like I've done a lot of cleaning up, and yet I'm still doing that with both hands, trying to multitask. And all these other things facing me, like clean me, and energetically it's not sound. So it's dropping that energy off and doing what you can. And sometimes in cleaning up stuff, you've got to clean up your mental space and just kind of like just relax for a second. That was the last reading, the vibe of the last reading. I remember that we're called to chillax for a second. Put things into perspective, because all this moving in haste is not panning out as well for us. Look at, you know, like this whole fiery aspect thing. I mean, coming out of the flames, you know. 6 of Swords in reverse.
It means that we've been emotionally stagnant and depressed within the submersion of our feelings. It's not quite complacency, but the implication of a capsized boat. It's the need to return it upright to traverse what needs to be left behind.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it's saying like bon voyage. I'm gonna go out to calmer waters. I'm setting these stakes down. Yeah. And people are like having different impressions, like, why? What do you know? And like I said, you can't pay attention to all of the noise in the background and in the outskirts of your home, right? You can see that in the background and recognize it as part of the background. You might even have mixed feelings about this. This might be an internal representation of what you're feeling like when you leave stuff behind. It's like you just gotta go. I gotta go, man. Alright, I think that's it. What is that song? I gotta go. Don't go. What is it? I don't know if it's a hip-hop song, but it's an old song from like the 90s or something like that. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like it. I would really appreciate it.
Hey, so I'm going to ask a little bit more properly, rather than getting my feelings all tied up and whiny. Okay, so please like and subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. I've been working on myself quite a bit, and not just for myself, but for all of you too. So I would appreciate just a little bit of reciprocation, and if you're feeling a little bit more generous, to consider donating to my channel. Oh, by the way, I forget to tell you that I do hide the like button counts to reform the human condition by slowly altering our responses to our experiences. So, this way, it allows you to rescript your thoughts and therefore gestures to think more independently.
Don't just go with the flow of what everybody else does. So it's like that mental energy of being able to exercise your vote, your voice, despite what others say or what they think. Oh, a black crow just flew up from my left side and is perched up on a tree right in front of me. How interesting. That's the first time that has happened. Weird. Okay, not weird. Yeah, it's perched right up top. Okay, it flew right off. Now, to the right side. Anyway, it was singular in its force, and maybe that's an indication of like the death card stopping through, passing by, and how independent it is. I think when I see crows, it's usually in flocks or, pairings or something, but this one was independent. Interesting. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Until then, wishing you well, and, there's a salvaging quality in all of this. It all lies within you, so that's the A++ part of it with spirit here. Okay, see you again later. Bye.